Alrighty. So, North Carolina's doing a normal. Apparently, if you happen to be a politician in the United States, you're going to end up saying something about trans issues eventually. And if you're a Republican, you will probably be putting your foot in your mouth on trans issues, apparently. But we'll get into that in a second. Before we do, though, let's go ahead and get into the fan art section and then move on to the video itself. So, from Dune Prophet, also known as Unseen in the Discord, they said they've already put too much time into a minor element of their art piece, so here is a preview. So, I don't know which part has the extra detail in it. If it is just the hammer in the back, I think it might actually be the hammer in the back. I think it might be, because I can see the individual rings and everything there. I feel like that's a little more detail than the hammer might need. Oh my god. Well, thank you very much for the fan art submission, and I am looking forward to showcasing the finished version of it as well. As always, if you want your fan art shown in a future video, the best way to do so is dropping it into the fan art section. With that said, let's get right into the video. So, North Carolina Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson suggests that transgender rights activists and drag queens want to molest children. Okay. Hold on. I'm not trans, but I am a transgender rights advocate. Sarah Chikorita, thank you very much for redeeming your points for an well. So, does this mean that I want to molest children? Wait, Mark Robinson. Do you have a Twitter? Do you have a Twitter? I just want to know. I just want to go here. Real quick. You'll probably be verified. Yep, there you are. Hello! I am... Just wanted to know why you think... I just want to know why you think trans advocates want to do things to children. That's all. That's all I want to know. Thanks, bud. Thanks, bud. Thank you. Just would like that. Anyway, let's continue the article here. North Carolina's Christian nationalist Republican Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson remains defiant amidst the controversy that erupted when the Right Wing Watch posted a clip of him ranting that Christians must take control of public schools because there's no reason anybody anywhere in America should be telling any children about transgenderism, homosexuality, or any of that filth. It turns out that the bigoted rant was just one of the many of the highest ranking Republican elected official in North Carolina. Oh, so this is just a pattern for him. As we noted in our initial post about Robinson, he has been a regular participant in pastor gatherings organized by the American Renewal Project, an organization run by Christian nationalist political operative David Lane. As Lane recently explained, the aim and purpose of such gatherings is to recruit pastors and spiritual leaders to run for local office, city council, school board, county commissioner, parks, recreations, etc. in 2022, 2024, and 2026, and thereafter, in an attempt to neutralize and overcome the assault of cultural Marxism, which, if you guys don't know, is just a dog whistle. It is literally just the cultural Bolshevism dog whistle that was used ages ago by our good friend, you know, the guy whose best saving grace was that he killed Hitler. Anywho, in July, Robinson spoke at a renewal event held at Shining Light Baptist Church in Greensboro, North Carolina, where he once again ranted against the push for transgender rights. It was suggested that those who support such efforts and things like Drag Queen Story Hour do so because they desire to molest children. This must be where he said it. Let's take a look here.
You want to do the same thing? You're a man, you think you're a woman that thinks you're a man, you can go have surgery, do whatever you want to do. It's your business. But here's what you're not going to do. You're not gonna force it on my children.
Right!
Who the fuck thinks you're forcing children to be trans? Who? Who the fuck thinks you're forcing children to be trans? Who? Who is doing this? Is there somebody who's like... Is there some doctor who's just like, if I transition 563 more children, I get to go to Satan heaven? You're gonna... like... What? Who the fuck is doing that? And they're just clapping.
You're not gonna keep them in my classroom?
Yes, sir!
And I'm sorry, but you can't be on the women's team if you're a man.
And of course, now we have the... Okay, so I love that not only do we have the anti-trans people in sports thing, which again, I'm sorry, I'm sure that Noel Plum is going to watch this episode at some point and just be like, oh my god, it's this again. We've already disagreed and made our videos about the trans people in sports thing. I'm sorry, I still sit that sports are not fucking important. People's actual identities, those are important, okay? I'm so done with that whole conversation. Like, 100% done with that conversation. I've stopped caring. Just let trans people participate in sports. Just fuck it. Just no. It's not an important conversation anymore. But I like the Chick-fil-A boxes. I just see them there. They're just right there. They're just right there. It's like a sore thumb sticking out. I can't hear him at all. What? I can't... Over the fucking clapping, I can't hear him. Natty Matty, thank you for redeeming your points for an... Oh, well. Oh, well. Getting hungry looking at the boxes. I mean, to be fair, you can make that chicken at home. Just use the pickle juice from your pickle jar. Marinate your chicken in that juice, and then make sure that when you... make sure that you're double coating the chicken breast when you're cooking it. And you'll have yourself Chick-fil-A chicken at home.
Get mad, like it, lump it, dump it.
See, it's time for adults to stand up and start being adults again.
Okay, but there are adult people who are trans, and they got up and they stood up to you.
Take a clue from that little story, The Emperor's New Clothes. Now, here this man is walking out here in the street in his underwear. And all these grown-ups standing out there talking about, oh, what wonderful clothes. Took one little kid to step off the curb and say, hey, that man's naked. I want to be like that little kid. I want to be like him. I want to tell the truth and shame the devil. It's high time.
I don't know what he's referring to. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit because I don't care about that story. I don't know what it is.
In a story in the local news about a man wearing a rainbow dress with horns in his head, his face all painted up, dressed up like a woman sitting reading to children.
Oh, Drag Queen Story Hour. Yeah, that's a pretty normal fucking thing.
You know, back in the day, we had them kind of folks back in the day, back when I was...
Wait, are we doing a back in the day thing? Are we unironically doing a back in my day?
Lunacy is turning on the television and seeing a story in the local news about a man wearing a rainbow dress with horns in his head, his face all painted up, dressed up like a woman sitting reading to children. You know, back in the day, we had them kind of folks back in the day. Back when I was a kid, my mom used to tell me about it. She used to tell me, y'all go down to the playground now. If y'all see anybody out there hanging around in a raincoat.
Come on.
Oh my fucking god. So, Dipshit McGee here thinks... I'm sorry, Small Dick McGee, probably better. But Dipshit McGee here thinks that people who are drag queens must also necessarily be child molesters. Because he says, we had drag queens back in my day, but they were people in raincoats, hanging out around parks, exposing themselves to children. I'm sorry. No. Oh, God. This is the worst music to have in the background of this. I'm sorry. the freaking theme song for Amy from Sonic Adventure 2 is borderline on assault. No, we need to switch that to something else. Anyways, no, there is not a significantly higher propensity for abusing children in that way, especially for people who are gay or people who are trans. I'm sorry, dude. I understand that you want to create this boogeyman about it, but people wanting to read stories to kids, it doesn't necessarily mean they want to fuck them.
And you don't see no pants hanging out in raincoat. Y'all get y'all stuff and come on home, cause that's what we call a pervert. And you don't get out there.
Yeah, somebody outside in a raincoat exposing themselves to children is a pervert, yes. But somebody engaging in Drag Queen Story Hour is not necessarily that.
Right!
Everybody thinks this stuff is new. This ain't new. Somebody somewhere right now on the internet grooming somebody's child to put their hands on it right now.
So somebody somewhere right now who is a trans advocate is grooming a child to put their hands on them as an adult? I mean, I don't doubt that there is at least one person on the internet right now engaging in child grooming. That's a statement that I think is easily quantifiable. But that would be like me saying, out there right now, there's a black man who's currently grooming a child. While statistically, yes, there probably is. There's also statistically a white man, and a Hispanic man, and a black woman, and a Hispanic woman, and a white woman who are also doing those things. But the fact that I pointed it out specifically in response to one grouping of people, especially a minority group, is not done without accident.
You ain't got no reason to be teaching these children that those kind of concepts unless you got somebody, like the old folks you say, some idea about putting your hands on.
So I have a question. What does being homosexual have to do with touching children? Please explain to me. I've missed the joke. What does being trans have to do with touching children? I seem to have missed the joke. In fact, actually, no. Let's go back over to our good friend here. Just watched you tell a bunch... That's a tall. Tell a bunch of people that being trans or homosexual and talking about that with kids, open and honest, and honestly, is only done for the purpose of grooming them. Would you like to elaborate on that statement? If it was a joke, could you explain it to me? Tweet was sent. We'll have fun. See, on the one hand, this is us doing a little trolling. On the other hand, I'm 110% sincere. There's not a bone in my body that is not sincere about that statement. And then, of course, this is just extrapolating on what we already heard. When he says there's freedom, there's liberty, then there's pure lunacy. And lunacy is turning on the Olympics and seeing a man lifting weights against a woman. Lunacy is turning on the television and seeing a story in the local news about a man wearing a rainbow dress with horns on his head and his face all painted up. We had those folks back in the day. My mom used to tell me about them. When y'all go to the playground, if y'all see anybody hanging around in a raincoat and you don't see any pants hanging under the coat, y'all get y'all stuff and come on home. That's what we call a pervert. We've already listened to all of that. And then, of course, there's a statement, there's somebody somewhere right now on the internet grooming somebody's child to put their hands on them. You ain't got no reason to be teaching these children those kinds of concepts unless you've got, like the old folks used to say, some ideas about putting your hands on them. Also, Felicia Angel, this is certainly the time to be doing that, I assume. Thank you for gifting 10 tier 2 sub. Wait, what? Tier 2 subs? I've not seen that before. I stream on Twitch for a living. What the fuck is a tier 2 sub? What the actual fuck is a tier 2 sub? Oh, that's a $10 sub. Oh, that's $100 of subs. Felicia, what the fuck? I'm not complaining, but also, what the fuck? This was certainly the topic and time. I guess. Yeah, release the pogs. You give me happiness, so money? We're talking about a guy saying that minors or minority people are all predators. How does that bring you joy? Oh, I see. It's my suffering. Oh, my jeez. So, yeah. Mark Robinson, elected official, being very wrong about everything. He's a husband, a father, and a grandfather, apparently, who doesn't know anything about raising children. And he's the 35th Lieutenant Governor for the great state of North Carolina. Huh. Well, he certainly is a character. And he certainly has some ideas that I really disagree with. Jesus fucking Christ. Sad part is the suffering pales in comparison to the last topic. True, the last topic was much worse than this one. Those are not incorrect words. Those sentences are right. Oh, jeez. Anyways, I want to know what you guys think. Because, to me, this is like the most tired argument. This is the most tired conversation where trans people, where people who are any area of LGBTQ are concerned. We have heard for literal decades that these people are all predators. And Tonebior has said that they are redeeming their points for an owl. And Ivana Dragmeyer has said that I have to... Hada. Bitch. Again, this is certainly the time. But, you know, I am personally desensitized to this, but the thing is, though, is that I'm in a unique position to be desensitized. I'm not trans. I'm cis. I'm not gay or bi or pan. I'm straight. So from my perspective, it's easy for me to desensitize to it because I've seen it so much, but it also doesn't affect me. It gets me angry, but it doesn't affect me. I want to know the opinions. I want to know the feelings of the people who it does affect. If you're watching this video, this is something that affects you, let me know in the comment section below. I want to know how this makes you feel. To know that a representative of yours is acting in this way. Naki Bree, thank you for gifting the tier 1 sub, and Quethom, thank you very much for the 100 bits. With all that said, we just ended on that one. Insert end of video tagline here.
Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. It really means a lot to me. If you want access to behind-the-scenes content for the channel, please consider checking out my Patreon. I do weekly vlogs over there, where I give real-life updates to what's going on behind the scenes on the channel, stuff that you don't really get over here, and even on Twitch. Patreon also helps the channel's stability a whole lot. Without Patreon, I wouldn't be able to do this at all. Especially with the kind of content that I do, neither YouTube nor Twitch are the most stable sources of income. If you are a $20 and up patron, then you will be featured on the ending slides as shown in the beginning of the end credits. If you want to catch the streams where all this content comes from, then consider heading over to Twitch and following. And if you want to continue watching over here on YouTube, maybe consider clicking one of the end screen videos. And once again, I want to thank you so much for spending your time with me over on my channel. I wouldn't be able to do literally anything that I'm doing over here on YouTube without each and every one of you. So, thank you.